That's utterly expected at this point. You wouldn't expect any different. And Vexed, let's say they've got a few issues to iron out on their T side. Let's hope then that they can make this one happen. Exclamation mark slots, exclamation mark gamble, Shubi. Those are the two. I'm not doing bets on the score. Grusan with 2 flashes and a defuse kit, as Messi does pick himself up a smoke and a couple of flashes as well to try and make something happen for Vex. They're going for the straight UKCS strat of contact B, because it's the natural evolution of a rush B in that you take the early contact, then you rush, and it's going to be Ekez under a lot of early pressure. Link removes his head, and Grusan left all alone. No armor either behind this USPS. It's going to have to be headshots all day long. Finds the first onto Link, but is immediately taken out. And the man advantage found for Vex as they're able to get that bomb plant down as well off the back of Adam. Russ don't want to take that fight. Marcelius is going to remove his head. Pop flash follows. 3 on 3. As the retake looks to come in. Marcelius and Truth with a little bit of control towards the kitchen. The rotation coming in from Ratifaction towards Short. He's had a nightmare on Dust 2. He'll be looking to make amends here. As Adam sets himself up close on the right-hand side. Removes the first head. Truth not able to catch him. Cray with the second, and it's on to Ratifaction. A 1v3. Finds the first. Looking for the second, but can't quite connect the headshot. He's got to get on that bomb at some point, and he knows it. Pushing into the kitchen. His head is very quickly removed. Adam will find the first round for Vex. The pistol again going their way. And the perfect start after what was a turbulent T-side on Dust 2. Let's be nice about it. Turbulent sounds like a nice word for it, doesn't it? Deagle's going to come out on the Force Spy. And the scout picked up as well by Marcelius as the buy comes out. And it's not a bad look for Vexed. They've got the AKs, they've got a couple of Galils, and Mezzi will pick up the MAC-10. Give him a little more utility to work with, as early mid control is going to be taken relatively freely. Marcelius should be forced out by utility, and it should be a relatively free take for the T side. Truth. Hoping for a timing on that Deagle. Not going to be given one though. Adam and Russ aware of the gaps in their smoke set up towards mid. Aware of the opportunity they're giving these Deagles. And Vex slow it down, giving a little bit of aggression away as well. Ratifaction has pushed all the way through spawn. The timing not going to work out. Mezzi on his USP will take Ratifaction out, and unfortunate there for Apex. A little bit of aggression not quite working out. They do get their mid-control Vex. They do get what they were looking for. And now potentially looking to split B, which is where the overwhelming majority of the CT side are. 3 players, 3 pistols. Unfortunately for Apex, Truth has just started to rotate away into CT. And so has Akez off the back of it. Bomb's still there, still in the B apartments. And as the Deagles rotate away, it's going to be Grusan all on his own against 4 of these players. Fast rotation will come back. Mezzi knows he's got to clear all his corners and will do so. Taking out Grusan. Now the Deagles look to rotate back around, but Adam is taking players out left, right, and center. Truth at least able to find one back onto Link, and that is one of those AKs down. But now the flank comes in as well. Russ looks to pin them in from both sides. The 2 remaining players will be able to escape out of CT, but Russ is going to start to execute. First man taken out, and it's all on to Truth. He hasn't even managed to recover himself an AK. Will find a tag, though, and will look to finish the job. Dink brings him down to 9 HP. The Galil not as strong as the AK in that regard, but the spray down from Adam through the box finishes the job. Vex get their second on the board. A relatively clean conversion. Just losing 1 Galil in the MAC-10. They won't be too fussed about that. They've kept Apex in a very rough spot. That Force Buy not working out at all, of course, for the CT side. So they're going to be down onto a minimal buy coming into round number 3. And my voice is apparently going to be down onto a minimal buy coming into round number 3. Grusan picks himself up a Zeus, a couple of HEs, a Deagle, a P250. It's scattered investment from the CT side as Marcelius, the nade stack, is going to do some damage. Adam and Link both eating a couple of HEs respectively, but no frags found. I'm sure Apex would have been hoping that there's somebody just sat there waiting for it, waiting to eat the nades. It doesn't quite work out that way, however, and Vexed again, passive. Again, one-minded in their approach as well. They've left Mezzi to hold for any kind of aggression towards A. And now it's going to be all 5 players looking to make their way out of mid. Don't give the pistols any isolated 1v1s. Flashbang goes over the top. That's free map control. Akez has to fall off. Now the USP will be spotted out. And the smokes, the nades, all those lineups we saw in the previous round will come again for Vex. Adam actually going to sneak up short without it. Truth again there. And again with this Deagle is hoping for some kind of a timing close on the left-hand side of connector. And he's being baited in as well. Ekez on that USPS, trying to make as much noise as possible. Just distract from the position of the Deagle, but Truth taken out. Finds a couple of tags onto Adam and nothing more. Dink comes in from short onto Link. So the damage is here for the pistols. That Molotov hasn't quite landed where Vex would have expected it to go. And Adam, he's keeping on a hold onto this AK-47 with just 2 points of health. The smoke puts out the Molotov. Vexed, they've got 35 seconds. They need to come up with a plan very, very quickly, and it's going to be the B-bomb site again. Grusan, that Zeus is not going to be tested. Apeks, he looks for the timing through the smoke. It's not going to happen. Cray finds a second onto Marcelius, and it's Grusan in the apartment on his own with a USPS to clear it of all things. Russ should be able to get this bomb down for free as Cray surely clears this. He does. He sprays him down. He finishes him off. Radafaction with a P250. He's been spotted out at range. Mezzi will help himself to another frag. Those MAC-10s on Link and Mezzi getting a frag apiece, building themselves up some cash, and it's a nice early round start for Vex. They get a 3-0 up, and now the pressure is on for Apeks. Now their first buy comes out. Now there's AWPs and rifles to try and counter Vex as they go for their bonus round, and they keep Link and Mezzi on the MAC-10s. Keeping some semblance of a half buy with those two MAC-10s. Marcelius is going to get aggressive over the top of these smokes, over the top of these nades, and he's going to get a freebie as well. Nobody there to trade as he's just playing around the short smoke, and he's going to get a second as he goes back for another bite at it. Finally, the Galil looks to counter, but he's got to be so cautious. You can see Truth in the perfect position here. He finds the damage, not quite the frag, so Russ finally able to bring something back for the T side, and as Cray takes a nade down to 12 HP, make that 10 as the HE follows suit. This is not looking good for Vex. Mezzi's going to try and run boost Russ over the top, but he misses it entirely, and Marcelius will pick him out of the sky. Mezzi next up, the Deagle, to find finally another frag for Vex, but his teammates are being taken down all around him. With just a Deagle and a MAC-10 remaining, he will be able to pick himself up at least an AK, but he's not going to win that duel. Grusan will finish the job. Apeks, their first buy round goes relatively according to plan. Of course, that was the bonus round for Vex. They had those two MAC-10s still up, so they will be able to buy coming into this one. It didn't quite work out how they would have wanted, but they won't be too fussed. The economy stands strong all the same. They found enough frags to keep that economic pressure on Apeks as well, which is always important. Grusan with $50, $250 for Akez, $550 for Truth, $850 for Marcelius. The only player who's comfortable here is Radafaction, so it's a nice start. It keeps the economy of the CT side honest, and it gives Vex an opportunity to put them back onto that eco. Missed pop flash from Akez. Grusan trying to get aggressive, but Cray's seen him. The shoulder peek just works out beautifully for the right-hand peek of Cray. And that's an early man loss. Truth now to try and hold mid on his own. Adam going to make his way into the window, but he's catch the timing, looking completely the wrong way. He's taken down 4 on 4. Truth, what are you doing? Just exposes his head, and it's all too easy for Mezzi, to pick him off. Akez now has to rotate back in and try and support. He swings straight into the crosshair. Mezzi is locking that angle down as he finds his second. And Radafaction, he had a really nice aggression going here. He got into Palace. He could have potentially cut off an A split, but instead, Marcelius is going to rotate off the B-bomb site, and Vexed again are going to look to commit there. They've got the bomb towards the back of mid. They've got perfect position here, and it's just about where they look to execute. How do they look to clean up these two remaining rifles? And it looks like it's going to be a full A execute called by Vexed, as Mezzi just makes some noise over to the B-bomb site. Such a nice opening round again by Vexed. 4 on 2 at this point. They trade really efficiently as well. Cray gets a little bit fortunate that Grusan isn't flashed in there. That could have got really rough, but Mezzi able to trade a double as well as Adam gets caught going into the window. It's a really nice trade fragging, and Radafaction now going to be put under a huge amount of pressure. Mezzi, he's going to use all his utility. Doesn't even matter if he goes down. He's got to keep Marcelius interested in the B-bomb site. Now, Radafaction out in no man's land. He's going to be cleaned up by Cray. It's an easy 3v1 peak. It's never going to work out for Radafaction, and Marcelius, he's got to try and keep his hands on that AWP. I said previously how that full spy, it's not a full spy, it's a bonus round, really kept the economic pressure on Apeks. They still found 2 or 3 frags, so they made life difficult, and this is where that starts to pay off. Marcelius now is pinned into kitchen with this AWP. He can't afford to go for any kind of impossible clutch situation. The economy won't sustain it. Russ is going to be taken out by the AWPer, as Mezzi just gets him a little bit of a tag, and Marcelius is in a great position to stay alive here, but he's not quite going to get it. Cray able to take him out. The AWP should be recoverable as well for Vex, so they lose a couple of players, sure, but they take everything off of the board for Apeks. There is absolutely nothing coming into this one. They'll be half buying maybe some Deagles, some CZs, some P250s. They need some utility as well to try and contest some kind of an angle, but this is a really nice start. Considering how rough around the edges the T side of Dust 2 looked, I think there's going to be a lot of confidence taken from how well this one's been going early on. Adam dropping the early utility towards mid. It is the A execute setup, and there is the A stack coming in for the CT side, and they're going to get aggressive down the ramp as well. So potentially, There's an opportunity here. 4 pistols in towards this A bomb site as Vexed. They only have one mind, and it's the execute. The spray down. Oh, Cray, it's a little rough around the edges, but he does draw first blood. Apeks taken out, and Vexed now, off the back of that, they can bail out of this A bomb site if they so desire. They've got the call that this is a stack. They know everybody is there. It's now just about, do you still want to take that fight? Do you want to gamble that they've rotated away? Or do you just rotate? Do you just go straight to that B bomb site? Don't mess about at all. Cray's going to get dropped the AWP because he's down to just 12 points of health after a slightly wobbly initial spray. Ratifaction is going to be able to find a trade frag onto Adam, spamming that deagle like a shotgun. And Vexed are still going to head into this stack. They're going to head into the A bomb site, taking a lot of damage for their trouble. Finally, Link starts to steady things though. And guys, oh, Bruzan, nothing he can do. That's really unfortunate. He just can't quite find the shot. Russ and Cray with 14 HP between them. There's a couple of frags available there for Apeks, right? Grusan on the P250. There's a couple of frags to find, but it's not quite happening. It's unfortunate, but there's nothing you can really do about it. Double AWP panic button is pressed by Apeks as Marcelius and Ratifaction is actually going to pick up secondary duties. Russ fancies himself an opening pick here. Marcelius fancies one as well. He's going to head in towards Con. He's going to be put under pressure. Adam is absolutely holding W. It's not going to work out. Link trying to get the refrag from short, but as Ratifaction takes out Russ, this is starting to fall apart from Vex. They've tried to up the pace, and Truth finds a third. Marcelius wants the fourth, and he'll get it. Mezzi on his own. It's a flawless round for Apeks. The speed does not work at all. They get their second round on the board, and Vexed, they try and up the pace. It doesn't work out at all. Doesn't work out whatsoever is the word I was looking for. Typing and commentating doesn't work. The buy's still available for Vexed, although there are some sacrifices, and Apeks is going to remove one of them immediately. Adam, with just the Galil to work with, can't find the frag. Apeks is looking for the pop flash in, and he's actually going to take some damage off the back of it as well, down to 41 HP, but he keeps his life, and he keeps the man advantage for Apeks as well, and that's the important thing. They've started to counter Vexed, who have consistently looked to abuse this B bomb site. The counters have started to come in. Apeks on the angle, going to be cleaned up. Mezzi will find the refrag, 4 on 4, but again, map control is so limited for Vexed. They are only committed to be here, and Grusan is going to look to get aggressive and get that info. There's a lot of timings to be had here. The execute looks to come through. Grusan on the angle, fully blinded. That's a lovely flashbang to open things up. Marcelius, the next one, and he can't hit his shot either. The B-bomb site taken. Marcelius finally able to find one back onto Cray as the bomb is desperate to get parted, but Marcelius has found a second. Finally, the utility will hold him off of short as the bomb looks to go down, but Truth, he wants to apply the pressure. He is going to get up close and personal. Ratifaction with another, and Link, he's looking the wrong way. It's all too clean for Apeks. The B-bomb site retake works out beautifully. And Apeks will have round number 3 under their belts. They will keep the double AWP set up as well. That's where life starts to get worrying. This is where life starts to get a little awkward. Vex, they're going to be down onto the half buy. They're going to have the Deagles, one smoke, some armor behind Link, a P250 for Russ. But it's against a very strong buy, and Mezzi is not going to expect this aggression. Marcelli is clearly feeling it on the AWP as he just wanders into Palace to find the opening pick of the round. And Vex find themselves a man down before they're ever really settled into it. Ratifaction now thinking about a mid-peak of his own, and he's going to catch a fully blinded Adam for the second frag going the way of Apeks. The pistols just being picked off one by one. Not quite working out, unfortunately, for Vexed. And CT side reading it well. Russ fancies himself that Deagle. He's been decent with it. Found a couple of picks here and there, but this is an altogether different ball game. Truth in towards Sandwich. Couple of players in CT. Link is trying to give his teammate a boost into the window here. Russ able to find a tag, but again, nothing more. The pistols not quite getting it through. They have managed to get a player into window in the form of Cray. He could potentially catch somebody off guard here, but Ratifaction has read it beautifully, and he's there with the AWP to clean things up. Link, the last man alive. The pistols being dismantled at the seams at the moment for Vexed. Apeks just holding every angle a little bit too well. The AWP top a ticket for Marcelius will get the last. The pistols will do nothing for Vexed. 4-5. Apeks looking to make up for lost time. Apparently my throat is still moderately shredded from having the good old Rona. No, I didn't have it. I just had a really rough cough. So finally someone takes a pause and gives me an opportunity to get a little bit of water into my system. Krieg and 4 AKs picked up by Vexed. They do manage to get the buyout, but at the moment they're not finding a counter for that double AWP setup. Marcelius 12 and 6. He's clearly starting to feel it, and they need to shut him down if they're going to have some kind of an opportunity. Shubi, my man, there is some level of spam detection on that bot. If you keep going for it, it will just stop for a minute, so chill out, my guy. Full buys out for Vex. They need to find something. They need some kind of way to shut down these AWPers. They've bought plenty of utility into this round. Some smokes potentially to cut off those long-range angles, which the AWPs have just been having a field day on for Apeks. Again, Vex want to put that pressure towards the B-bomb site early on. Link in towards mid with some utility just to perhaps try and keep that AWP honest. Grusan again, jump peeking the angle. Apeks have learned that Vex love to hit that B-bomb site. There's 3 players there again for the CT side. This is not a normal setup on a full buy. Cray hoping for a timing and he'll get it as well. Grusan goes down to 9 HP, but the opening frag not quite Vex. The nade from Grusan. Akez almost takes himself down. Adam looking for the timing. Oh no. Oh no, Marcelius. What have you done, my man? What have you done? Adam, he's not even going to go for that frag onto the AWPer. This is a free B-bomb site. He should be able to get both of these frags so easily. Grusan, though, is going to get a little bit of a timing here. And now Adam is under pressure to try and find both of these frags. Akez is not going to give him any room. Oh, here we go. There's the first. Looking for more. There's the second. Adam on the flank finds both. Marcelius, he rotated away, and now he's got to try and make his way back in. But the Molotov's not going to happen. The bomb will go down for Vex, and a little bit of individual trigger discipline from Adam works out to perfection. He waited so long to get his frags, and as Russ takes out Marcelius, it works perfectly. You don't normally see that kind of trigger discipline at this level, but Adam is absolutely perfect. And now they will look to hunt. Russ will take out another as Radefaction goes down. And Truth, the only player remaining for Apeks. He's desperate to keep his hands on that AK-47 in towards Palace. But all 5 players kept up for Vex. The timing absolutely perfect for them. They get their 6th round on the board on the T side of Mirage. They are making one hell of a run of this. Looking to make it 2-0. Looking to go into that 3rd round upper bracket matchup. And get themselves to MDL so I can cast a bunch more UKCS. That's the dream, boys, as Russ even manages to salvage himself an AWP to finish things off. Lovely stuff across the board. 6-4 the scoreline. Double AWPs will be reinvested into by Apeks. They've been working out beautifully, so it's understandable. But they need to work now. The investment is so significant across the board. Truth and Marcelius, the only players with any real cash to back this one up now. This round has to work for Apeks. Vexed, relatively passive in these opening engagements. Not looking to take too many liberties. Now they'll look to stack up towards mid. Marcelius, bottom of con, has got an opportunity to find an opening again for his team here. It's going to be all about the timing on this setup, and they're going to find first blood. Traded immediately by Russ. Marcelius on the AWP, not quite able to find that second refrag that he was looking for with that 2-man crossfire. So a 4-on-4 flashes towards mid to try and catch some Vex players off guard, but it's not quite going to happen. The bomb's still at the back of mid as well. The T side by no means committed to either bomb site. Just looking to feel it out. Now they will look to put some presence away. Russ holding for the ticket peek, and he's going to get it as well. Radefaction wanders right into the crosshair, leaving Akez alone on A. And Vex, they are reading this perfectly. Again, Akez is on the angle. He's the last man here. He's got to find multiple frags to make this round viable. The connector push needs to come through quickly. However, the rotation's starting to come in from Marcelius and Grusan. Akez is calling all of this information around. There's going to be 2 players in CT before Vex know what hit them. This is all on the timing now. Akez with a nice nade. It will bring down to 65 HP, but Mezzi finds the frag through the smoke. And now the 2-man set up towards CT. Cray takes the damage, but he's going to get this bomb down regardless. The Molotov will force him out, but he's still managed to get the plant. 4-on-2 for Grusan and Marcelius, and the afterplant is good. Grusan removes the head of Cray to make it 3-on-2. Now they look to push. Russ holding ticket, catches the shoulder peak, and Marcelius is left with a 1v3 deep into CT. Nothing he can do except try and escape with that AWP. Link watching for it as well. That is such an awkward spot for an AWPer to clear, and he's going to have no idea at all. Link with the execution. 7-4 the scoreline. Vexed making a run of this, looking to take the 2-0. And and looking to put to bed the T side of demons of map 1. Looking to finish the job as Apeks again down on the half by 4 deagles. A default pistol for Marcelius. He wants to try and keep his hands on that AWP as much as possible, right? He knows he needs that AWP for his team to be good. Nade timing looking to come in for Marcelius. Mezzi draws first blood towards the A-bomb site though, and that's going to call off the army. 3 players still towards mid, and there's some CT presence looking to come through. The run boost going to work out perfectly. Adam able to find one. Cray takes the tag down towards 8 HP on that B-bomb site. Now he's got to be careful. Adam knows he's low HP. Doesn't want to take that fight, so will back off and instead look to make his way up con. 2 players here for the CT side. Crossfire established. And Marcelius on the default pistol can't get it done. Link then Adam with frags abound, and the A-bomb site is completely theirs for the taking. Ratifaction, last man alive for Apeks. The auto director fancy staring at a dead body for a bit, and Ratifaction fully blinded. That's a lovely flashbang from Link as well, down into underpass to find Vexed, the guaranteed lead at the half here. 8 rounds on the T side, looking for a couple more to finish the job as well. We've seen they've had a little bit of a complex in finishing games like this, so they'll want to get as many rounds as possible here. They will want to leave absolutely nothing to chance, as Marcelius will invest into the AWP. The double AWP setup again brought out by the CT side. It's a very heavy investment to be making time and time again. It needs to start working out. Adam with free map control, and Truth has no idea at all. Bunny hopping towards mid to find the opening pick again for Vexed. And again, they find themselves a man up. $4,750 instantly removed from that CT side. Brusan going to get picked out of the sky. You can't jump peek that on this new version of the map. Ratifaction desperate to get some kind of aggression back for his team, but this setup is so disjointed for the CT side. Apeks in towards the right-hand side of window, almost catches a timing there, but instead it's going to be free connect control for the T side. They don't actually have the bomb at the moment, and that is the only thing going for Apeks. Deep flank coming in from Ratifaction towards Palace as well. I don't know if they'll be expecting that, although Mezzi apparently has got a beautiful read on the situation, and there is just players all over the shop. Apeks into mid window. Adam, he's in CT spawn. Ratifaction finds one, traded immediately, but Apeks is there to bail his teammate out. And now a 3-on-2. Bomb on the back of Russ. He's going to go down towards that B-bomb site. Adam has called that this is open, and with jungle control for Cray as well, this should be a free site take. Bomb will go down for Russ. Apeks and Ratifaction. Honestly, at this point, the save is called. It will be a 9th round for Vex. They need to keep some kind of firepower going forward, because this is not working out at all. Apeks have tried 2 or 3 different things here, and nothing has worked for them. The flank already starting to come in. You can see Cray wants to remove these rifles. He wants to give Apeks absolutely nothing to work with coming into the last few rounds of the half. They're going to set up the crossfire down in towards the A ramp, and that's a very difficult hole to dislodge. Cray does have a Molotov, but I'll be surprised if he uses it to clear this angle. Apeks looking for the timing, will get it as well. The headshot onto Cray. That's a Krieg recoverable as well for the CT side. He's even going to use the smoke to make sure he can get his hands on it at the death of things. Vex will have the 9th round, but not without consequence. Giving over one of those Kriegs to the CT side can always come back to bite you. You get their 9th round though. The buy comes in again for Apeks. Something has to change. Vexed, of course, 1-0 up in the series at the moment, and looking to make it a 2-0 finish to this best of 3. Scrusan picks himself up a deagle. We've seen what he can do with it. He can hit those shots, but at the moment his team aren't giving him opportunities to shine. His team are falling apart around him. As guilty as he is down towards this B-bomb site, his team are splintering and shattering at the seams. Grusan going to go straight through that Molotov and hope perhaps to catch a timing onto Cray. The bomb dash in spawn, and again some early map control given up. Vex just happy to hold passively. They don't know what this buy is going to look like necessarily. They know they gave at least a couple of rifles up, so at the very least they're giving respect to that AWP and Krieg that they've given away. Realistically, they're not too sure whether this is a force or whether they've saved around those 2 rifles. Molotov down into under. Tries to force the positions. Not going to work out as Vex do get free mid control. Marcelius thinking about the peek back into the window, but he's not going to go for it. he needs to hold con. Vexed yet to find a frag in this round. Looking for the setup all the same. So much presence down towards that A bomb site. Grusan is the last bastion on B, and he's made a long rotation. He's going to find the frag, though. Cray taken out. That's the Krieg recovered, and now they know that B bomb site is empty, but they're actually going to rotate a second player around Apeks, and that's going to open the door for Vexed. Marcelius on the AWP with it all to do. Pop flash is good. Timing is better. Adam finds the frag. And now there's a couple of remaining CT players to lock this bomb site out. Adam finds another. And the timing has to be perfect. It's not going to happen. Mezzi takes out Radefaction. And Truth, he's got to be wondering where all his teammates have gone. They've got every crossfire imaginable. But Truth is left alone to try and recover the situation. The Molotov ticking onto him should give his position away. And Vex, they don't want to leave anyone with anything. Truth in towards window. He's going to swing into the peak. It's not going to work out. It will be double digits again in the first half for Vex. This is their map pick. It's going a little worse than Dust 2 did, but they will not care. 10-4 the scoreline. And Apeks looking at a very rough bye coming into the last round of this first half. This is not how they would have envisioned this one going. 2 MP9s, 2 FAMASs, and M4 for Marcelius against the full might of Vex. The pause is called, perhaps to give Apeks a little bit of time to breathe, to work out how they want to play this one. Ten to 4 the scoreline. Vexed firmly in control of this second map. Can Apeks salvage something? Can they salvage a 10-5 half? If they do, this feels possible. 10-5, win the second round pistol. That's a lovely flashbang. Marcelius had an opportunity there as well, but he couldn't quite take advantage of it. Link a little bit isolated towards top of mid, but you can see Rust there on the AWP, holding for the aggression, waiting for it. Adam, he's going to crouch peek down, and he's actually going to be taken down. Akez wins the duel on the FAMAS. He's going to be traded immediately by Cray, but a little bit of damage done. The aggression not working out at all. Marcelius had no idea Link was still behind mid. And now Radefaction with the MP9 up close and personal, looking for the timing. Mezzi looking completely the wrong way. 3-on-3, the chaos ensues. And Vexed, they've got to steady this one out. They're giving the opportunities for these isolated 1v1s to the lesser rifles. And Apeks individually are very talented. They will win those fights. Grusan now close on the right-hand side with an opportunity for the spray down. He's got the first. Now they have to clear him out. Link looking for it and will be able to find the pre-fire. 2-on-2. The rotations will come in for Apeks, but will it be too little too late? A tag onto Radefaction. Nothing significant for the AWP, though. Finally, Russ finds one, and it's onto Radefaction. A 1v2 required to salvage his team's hopes for this half. It's not going to happen. 11-4 as we head into the halftime break, and Vexed just 5 rounds away from securing their third round upper bracket matchup. And what a way to do it as well. This is worrying for Apeks. How brutally they are being dismantled is not something you want to see. Individually, they're here. They can hit those shots, but it's not working out for them at the moment. And Vex just 5 rounds away. If they take this pistol, life starts to feel very awkward indeed. UKCS going strong, my boys. Oh, good. Here come the people calling it rigged because UKCS are actually good for once. Shush, my child. UKCS is back and it is strong. Vex looking fantastic at the moment. 5 rounds required to finish the job. Apeks taking advantage of this halftime break just to have a chat. Work out what on earth is going so wrong. Yeah, there's no forfeits, boys. There's no exclamation mark GG. This isn't official. It's not a pug. Come on now. If you have enjoyed the stream, by the way, guys, I always forget to do my sellout segment. So if you have enjoyed the stream, follow buttons up the top. Donton3 showing you how it is done. My Twitter's down below as well. If you fancy Animal Crossing and CS related tweets, you know where to find me. And a massive thank you to all of you for watching the stream. It is 11-4. Hopefully we'll be getting started with the second half soon as Vexed looking to make very swift work of this 2-0. 5 more rounds required to finish the job. Hey, JTB, thank you very much, man. Much appreciated. And Zrodlu? Sure, okay. We'll call him that. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Vexed, hopefully, going to make their way to MDL this season. That would be hype, wouldn't it? Simply resist. Thank you. Yeah, if Vexed could get to MDL, that'd be huge. I'd love to cast them in MDL, but 5 rounds stand between them and their 3rd round upper bracket matchup. CT Pistol next to come, and if Apeks don't win this, life starts to become very, very difficult. It's all good, JDP. Don't worry, man. Don't worry. Smoke, a couple of flashes for Mezzy. Cray picks up the smoke and the defuse kit. Apeks looking to mimic the strats of Vexed. It's a contact B play, and there's 3 players here for Vexed at the moment. There's some utility here as well as they look to get aggressive. Russ setting up the crossfire with Link, who will just bait for the info. He'll spot them all out, and now it's all on the timings of these flashes. Lovely pot flash. How many frags can they find? Oh no, Link's fully blinded out in no man's land. Russ gets 1. Trades are still coming through. 2 for 2, and now it's utter chaos on the bomb site. Trade frags all over the shop. It's a 2v2. And Adam is still alive and kicking on this site. Cray looking to join him in support. Adam with it all to do somehow finds another. And Truth gets his head ripped off. Adam somehow staying alive on this bomb site. And it's a 12th round for Vex. That pistol felt essential for Apeks. Not even getting the plant gives them no economy whatsoever. Nothing to work with here. And you start to feel like this is an inevitability. 4 more rounds needed for Vex Gaming to finish the job. Pause is cold, but honestly, it feels a little bit null at this point. Feels like there's not much more they can hope to achieve. The pause time is cancelled. Vexed, 4 rounds away from a 3rd round matchup in the upper bracket. Fantastic performance from them, really showcasing what they can do. This is what we wanted to see from them. 4 more rounds required on the CT side. Apeks going to look for the mid-rush. There's just Glocks available to them. The nades will come in, just chipping away. The MP9 of Adam with the crossfire. Russ is there to call this as well. Now the push starts to come out. 4 players there. It's an absolute slaughter. The MP9 getting it all done. Last man alive is Truth, who will actually be able to take out one of those M4s, and I don't think Link is going to get it in time. He may just make his way through the window. The FAMAS will be sacrificed for it, but at least 1 rifle taken away. I'm looking for silver linings at 13-4, but they did manage to take something away from that CT side, even if it was, at the end of the day, just 1 FAMAS. The bonus round looking to come in for Vexed again. The AWP in the hands of Russ. Link with that recovered M4. 3 MP9s. It's 4 AK-47s to the Krieg. The T side, you would understand if they want to take advantage of the range, and they will do. Aggressive into mid early on. Radifaction a little bit isolated. Will take the dinks, but on 1 point of health will win the opening duel. And we'll take out King Mezzy. Spotted out. Russ finds the pick as well onto Truth. Aggressive into Palace to find the refrag for his team. And Vex, they want that frag onto Raddy. They are very aggressive. 2nd player now, Adam, making his way down into under. Marcelicious will join. Marcelius even will join Radifaction. Adam catching the timing, but he'll still grab the AK. A 2nd frag his way. Akes, next one to walk into the line of fire, but Adam is dealing with everything that comes his way. Grusan nearly gets 1-tapped. Adam needs to reload the AK, but he does not care. He wants more frags, and Grusan is going to feed him. Link will nick it away at the very death of things, but it's 14-4. The bonus round working out perfectly for Vexed, and the pause is called again for Apeks, perhaps just to try and prolong the inevitable at this point. 2 more rounds stand between Vexed and a 3rd round upper bracket matchup. I've said that time and time again. But they are absolutely destroying everything in their path. Adam leading the way again, 22-9. One hell of a performance from him. You can tell the UK boys know this is going on HLTV, can't you? Stats hunting from Adam as he gets a triple. And Apeks, they have to force. They have to try and prevent series point going the way of Vexed Gaming here. So they will pick up the buy. There will be a Krieg for Radifaction. But there's two Deagles. There's a Galil for Marcelius. There's a UMP for Apeks. As they were planning this matchup, as they were thinking through the strategies, this isn't how they envisioned this game going. They're going to set up for the A execute. And perhaps hope they can catch a timing onto Russ and Cray. Cray been relatively quiet on map 2 after a great Dust 2 performance, so potentially an opportunity here. The nades will come over the top. Akez with a boosted Molotov as well. An interesting play. Now the execute comes in. Russ on the angle, can't find it. Radifaction with the Krieg spray down to take him out. And Cray, a little bit isolated again. The nade will go over the top and will finally find him that frag. Grusan to go down. 4-on-4 as the bomb is planted and Vexed. They've not actually rotated much presence around yet. Link is still out towards short. 2 players into CT as the utility comes through. Pop flash through the smoke. Akez finds the 1-for-1 trade. Cray at least able to keep this on a 3-on-3, but now he's caught on the edge of the smoke. And Link and Mezzy to try and rescue this one. Radifaction with 27 points of health on the bomb site. This is going to be all about the timings. Mezzy, he wants to go through the smoke. He'll catch the first. He spots the second as well. Marcelius at least spotted towards the ramp. The flank isn't going to work out towards Con. And it's on to Marcelius. He's going to try and get the diffuser. He will do so. Link on low HP will be cleaned up. And Apeks, they are not done yet. They do not want to be out of this one just yet. 14-5. The force buy works out. And now the pressure starts to go on to Vex. Their money, not the greatest in the world. They need something to push them over the line here. We've seen how the UK rosters can struggle to finish games, to say the least. Can they make it happen here? Mezzy dropping down onto the Deagle. The buy is available for Apeks, though. They've got Kriegs, they've got AKs. Grusan on the Deagle. On the Galil is the only real sacrifice. Vexed have managed to get Russ onto that AWP again. He's looked good on it so far this matchup. Willing to give the mid control away relatively easily. Knows that the firepower and the utility isn't necessarily there to contest mid. So instead, just going to sit back. Hold those bomb sites. Mezzy taking the slightly risky jump peek as the A-ramp smoke comes in. Fairly default setup from the CT side, knowing that they just need 2 more rounds, of course. Bomb still all the way back in spawn for Apeks, not committing to either bomb site for the time being. And Russ just needs to be a little bit careful here. You can see he's aware of it as well, just dropping off the ticket booth. As now the execute starts to line up. The rotation going to come through as well. Adam is going to make a very well-timed rotation in towards jungle, potentially to try and help out as Russ is going to be put under pressure from ramp. Finds the first pick. That's the bomb as well. That gives the information. He finds the tag onto the second before he's taken out. That gives Adam a freebie. Spray down's good for 2 from Adam. He pops off again. And 4v2 now for Truth and Radifaction to try and hold on to it. They find the first. And there's plenty of low HP players left on this server. Adam with just 13 points of health. Russ with just 11. As this bomb looks to go down. They're going to get the plant. Mezzy will make his way out. The Deagle spam won't work out, but Mezzy's going to find another, and it's on to Truth. A 1v3 required. The Krieg in his hands. Adam on 13 points of health. Spots him out and finds the tag as well. Recovers the AK. He wants to finish the job. Mezzy, top of the smoke, will be spotted, will be taken out. Adam's low on HP as well. Russ also, but he's going to find the shot. He will finish it. 15-5. 1 more round needed for the UK roster to secure the victory, to secure the 2-0 in this series, and to prove the majority of my chat wrong, boys. Okay. Chat is not having a fun time, is it? Come on, boys. Be nice. Be civil. I know there's money on the line, but come on, come on. Let's be good about this one, eh? Let's be nice, shall we? Apeks take 1 more pause. And perhaps try and work out in what world they can get back into this one. Shuby finally won himself a duel. Thank you very much, Harvey, for the subscription. As Vexed look to finish the job. Of course, plenty more UKCS on the board, and we are going to be hosting them up afterwards, so don't go anywhere. There will be more UKCS for you wonderful people to watch. Krieg, couple of Galils, UMP, and a MAC-10, all that stand between Vexed and victory. The nades can get some early damage, not as much as expected. Apeks. Looking to take a leaf out of Vexed books here. Hit that B-bomb site. Russ on the AWP, going to take a lot of early Molotov damage as well, so he's going to be put under some pressure. The A hit just to keep the rotations honest for the CT side. That is all that Akers and Truth have to achieve here, is just keep these CT players in this bomb site. Russ inside the smoke. Oh, this is disgusting. He'll find the pick. Sure, why not? Now the B hit looks to come in, and the pressure instead flips onto Mezzy. Truth trades onto the AWPer. The MP9 of Mezzy gets 2 quick frags. Make that 3. It's a slaughter. That's the game, ladies and gentlemen. Vex take the victory somehow, some way. And if you have enjoyed the casting, that was an absolutely ridiculous way to finish it.